Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the patch notes for Corepunk for February 1st, 2025. And we're starting with game changes, of course, and tier 3 artifacts and synthesis machine. All passive talents now have 5 upgrade levels. The player gains 1 level when selecting the talent in the skill tree, and up to 4 additional levels can be obtained from bonuses provided by tier 3 upgraded and overclocked artifacts. Talent level increases from the artifacts only apply to talents that the player has selected in the skill tree. Adjusted bonuses for overclocked tier 3 artifacts. Instead of providing a basket of attributes, they should grant a new basket that gives +1 level to a passive talent upgrade. Added a synthesis machine consumable, Reforge Recalibrator, that rerolls the talent received the upgrade level on already created, upgraded, and overclocked tier 3 artifacts. Reroll secondary baskets and reroll secondary values. Consumables now only reroll baskets that contain attributes. Bonuses to passive talents are no longer rerolled. All synthesis recipes for crafting higher quality items now require 5 items. So when previously required 6 common for 1 uncommon, 7 uncommon for 1 rare, and 8 rare for 1 epic, now you need 5 common for 1 uncommon, 5 uncommon for 1 rare, and 5 rare for 1 epic. A little bit easier to do that, and also easier to remember. You just need 5 items. Using only upgraded or overclocked items for crafting higher quality items now retain their status. Upgrade items. So you're gonna need again 5 items for upgraded ones from common to uncommon, from uncommon to rare is still 5, and the same applies for the overclocked ones as well. 5 overclocked common ones make an uncommon, 5 uncommon a rare, and 5 rare 1 epic. Now be careful because they have changed the karma, and now killing in the safe zone grants 400 karma. At 1000 karma, you become a criminal, you can't interact with people or go into the cities, so pretty much 3 kills and you have reached the limit. Also, a 5-second timer has been added for activating PvP mode. Both those 2 game changes have been requested from the community on the Q&A on Discord, and it looks like they have been applied. Other game changes, we have that all recipes except dishes that are being sold in always available trade options are now appearing in 10 to 20 pieces denominations. Separated consumables that upgrade items, so the upgrade kits from common to uncommon, uncommon to rare, and rare to epic. Now there are tier specific consumables, so you have 1 uncommon to rare for tier 1, 1 for tier 2, 1 for tier 3, so more items for us to collect. Resurrection Stone, Specialization Renewal Dodecahedron, Talent Renewal Cube, Ammunition Recharger, Drop Chances from bosses and mini-bosses adjusted. I want to believe that this means they drop more often. Reroll Item Drops, Chances adjusted in PvP Zone and Searchables, PvE and PvP Reward Chest, Bosses, Mini-Bosses, and Elite Monsters Loot. Synthesis Machine Consumables for item quality upgrades added to PvP Zone Searchables, and of course PvE, PvP Reward Chest, Bosses, and Mini-Bosses Loot. I can confirm that the mini-bosses do drop better loot now, but I think we still need a little bit of adjustment there. The landscape of Northern Windridge Wood has been improved, recolors have been added, and the camp surroundings have been enhanced. Our team is still working on improvement. It's never bad to fix these things, but I'm not sure we should be spending time on this right now when more urgent problems exist. Delayed Pain, the tank talent, duration reduced from 5 to 3 seconds. Improved visual effects on animation for mobs such as Timber, Camp, Dendroid Camp, Wood Raptor, Lizard Draco, and Archosaur. These ones have been worked in the last 3 patches as well. Let's hope they're finishing with this. And finally, as in every patch, we do have bug fixes. Fix the bug where weapons were crafted with incorrect attributes when using recipes for upgrade. Fixed an issue where walking arsenal talent used Q ability to scale incorrectly. Resolved an issue with crafting interruptions. Fixed a bug where a character could remain permanently mounted and still engaged in combat, skinning, and harvesting. Addressed an issue where unbound tier 3 materials disappeared when mixed with bound on trade materials, and finally fixed a launcher issue with key activation flow. These are the patch notes for February 1st, 2025. They are doing a lot of stuff. We're expecting a lot of things despite the delays on recent announced content, but we will have a look on this as they come available. This time with these patch notes, they also gave us a heads up about what's going to come next week and what didn't make it on this patch note and for whatever reason. So updated tooltips for upgraded passive talents coming next week. This did not make it into today's patch. However, for convenience, we will publish the full tooltip data for upgraded passive talents in the patch notes. The updated tooltips will be added to the game in the first half of next week. Recipes for different item grades coming also next week. This will also be introduced in the next week's patch. We are unable to complete testing in time, but final testing will be done in the coming days. Talent Fragmenter and Talent Merger coming next week. The Talent Fragmenter and Talent Merger consumables, which are used to forge versions of upgraded tier 3 artifacts, will be added next week. We couldn't include them in this patch, but we also want to gather some initial data on how new T3 upgraded and overclocked items are crafted and used in the core in-game environment. This will allow us to fine-tune those two important consumables for a smoother introduction next week. Important note, the reroll consumable, Reforged Recalibrator, will be available in the game from this patch, as we already seen. Trade Unlocker coming next week. Trade Unlocker, a synthesis machine consumable that makes item eligible for trading. This will also be introduced next week. Bank Inventory Improvements, also moved to next week. We have made some changes in the bank inventory, but we need to do more testing. While major inventory and storage improvements will come in the release of the auction house, we are increasing stack sizes in the bank to 60 items per stack. Note, player inventory stacks will remain unchanged. Tip: there's already a feature in Core and Build that allows players to drag and separate inventory windows in the bank by moving tabs with the mouse. This makes transferring items between tabs easier. Well, it looks like they had a lot more planned for this patch that, as you can see, is going to be on the next week. So be prepared for those changes next week. We are seeing constant delays. I'll put my question over there whether they're going to be ready by the end of the year for a full release on this. We have to wait and see. But this is for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next video.